Antibiotic-resistant infections are a growing problem here in Southwest Virginia and across the nation. The CDC says nearly 3 million people in the U.S. get antibiotic-resistant infections every year.
It's why the Environmental Protection Agency is funding new research out of Virginia Tech to get answers about where that bacteria is coming from. Target 7 investigator Chloe Vincenti joins us now in the studio. And Chloe, what does this research mean for people here in our hometowns?
Jean and Natalie, doctors at Carilion tell me they've been studying and tracking data on antimicrobial resistance here in Southwest Virginia for years. They say antibiotic-resistant infections can be dangerous for patients, and they hope this new study can provide answers and improve treatment options for millions of people.
There's a big gap in data in terms of where antibiotic resistance is coming from.
Amy Pruden is a university distinguished professor at Virginia Tech.
We usually rinse the bottle 3 times.
She's part of a team of researchers funded by a $3 million Environmental Protection Agency study, hoping to get answers about antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
One hypothesis is that it's coming from the environment, and so in the EPA study, they just completed a national survey of rivers and streams, and they found a really strong correlation with levels of antibiotic-resistant bacteria and whether there's discharge from a wastewater treatment plant or runoff from a farm.
Collecting water from rivers and streams.
We'll take this sample back to the lab and then we can filter it and see what kind of bacteria are in here.
Pruden and her team hope to find a source. Here at Carilion Roanoke Community Hospital, doctors say they're seeing an increase in antibiotic-resistant bacteria, which can make treating infection more difficult.
And the way that happens is the bacteria can actually change or mutate, and they get smarter.
Elizabeth Nowak is an infectious disease physician at Carilion. She says they're seeing more and more cases where antibiotics aren't working, meaning the bacteria causing the infection are antibiotic resistant.
Anytime any of us takes an antibiotic, it can put you at risk for an antimicrobial resistant infection.
Carilion has been keeping track of data relating to these cases for years.
When we identify a resistant bacteria in the hospital, we actually will sometimes bring them back here to study.
And they're partnering with Virginia Tech to help with the research study.
Being able to identify what resistance genes are in our communities and in our wastewater would be very important to help guide clinical decision making in the future. We're hopeful that we'll be able to identify resistance more quickly and change what antibiotics we prescribe for the various regions.
Treating the issue on multiple fronts, combating antibiotic resistance will require help from several industries and experts.
The challenge of antibiotic resistance is really a new one for wastewater treatment plants. So the information that we'll get from this EPA project can help them to improve how they treat the water.
Nowak says by 2050, some projections show we could have as many as 10 million antibiotic-resistant bacteria deaths per year globally, surpassing the number of deaths from cancer and heart disease. Now, Jean and Natalie, in the meantime, she suggests that you only use antibiotics when you absolutely need them, as prescribed by your doctor.
Yeah, quite eye-opening when she said the bacteria get smarter.
Yeah,
terrifying.
They do, but it's true. So only use antibiotics if you absolutely have to. Chloe, also interesting. Thank you very much.